Morning, this is Apostle Ely. Thank you so much for joining us on this As Above, So Below, talking about Mars energy. This is the frequency. I'm always dealing with something. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here with us. And as we continue on this spiritual journey, I want to say this again and repeat this. I hope that for whatever reason that I am on these lives, that many of you guys, I do appreciate that you actually come and join my live and watch stuff. What's up, Minister Mario, son of Ochosi? I do realize that most of you are. What's up, Tanish? I apologize that y'all know I'm not that great with technology and I be doing too much. What's up, Jealous Sweets? Thank you so much, love. But I really get out here. What's up, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius? Prosperous day. I really get on these platforms. What's up, Latasha, cousin No Taurus? I get on these platforms with sincerity of trying to teach, because many of you guys say that you're learning and you're developing and you're getting information, and it allows you guys to make a lot of good decisions when it comes to whether you want to practice the ATR, how far you want to go into the ATR. And there are so many different things out here and different ways that people look at stuff and how people address things and how people decide to perform. Now, what's up, Unveiling Ann? How you doing there? Much love. And so therefore, when I talk about these things and I share this information, it is not to tell you to be with said person or not to be with said person. Because y'all know I'm a Sagittarius. I believe that you grown, it's your life. But at the end of the day, I'm here to give information. And if you want to utilize it, fine. If you don't, fine. But I also want to address people that do come on my live and that you're not really supporting Apostle Ely. Thank you so much. What's up there, Cloud, Kiara, Cousino? And that you're trying to find issues with what I am saying. I do realize that if you don't have a platform, or if you do have a platform, then find the people that resonate with you. I do realize that I've never begged anybody to be on my platform. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sister Angie? My Sister Brickhouse. You love my shirt? Yes. Let me tell y'all something. When you are a strong, opinionated person, and you're gonna pass your opinions, do realize that other people got opinions too. Don't be the hypocrite that you allowed to pass opinions on people, places, and things, but other people are not allowed to pass opinions on people, places, and things. Okay? That's why I like to tend to my own business. What I am going to say, I want to show y'all these are the cards that I read from. These are 72 names of God, technology of the soul. That is a preference of cards that I like to read from. I have prophesied to many of you guys without cards. I don't need cards to read. I don't need Pele. They're divination tools of a particular ATR. At the end of the day, I trust what my ancestors or my spirits tell me over any other reading. Okay? Readings are supposed to verify the energy by which you operate in. Okay? I do not live off of what somebody else may believe or interpret for my life. I believe the spirit knows my destiny. I believe that when you speak, you can only, if you are speaking in alignment with my energy and my destiny, you're going to only confirm what has already been spoken or revealed. That's in the story. That's why I don't live a confused life. That's why I don't go around getting in other people's lanes. That's why I don't go out here causing confusion and stress to other people. I'm not out here looking for validation. I do realize that many of you guys, no matter how much you practice the ATR, you're still looking to be accepted. You still are a people pleaser. That's not Apostle Ely, okay? But what I am very good at is telling the truth and straightening people, okay? What I am is an individual that has been raised well, okay? I don't have to agree with my mother to give her props for raising me and instilling certain values. I don't have to agree with everything with my grandmother or my uncles and aunties to agree that they did do their job by me and told me right from wrong. You understand? So some of you guys did not have the privilege of having that kind of raising and gearing. What's up there, Janine Wise? Thank you so much. My Aquarius from Florida. And so if you do not think morality and these concepts of how you were raised or what you were not raised up in are not going to affect your spiritual journey, come again. It is going to affect. Now, I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you. I have utilized the Bible to give people insight. I've had so many people thanking me for the message on Sunday of preaching that. It's Monique Brown, what's up there? And I like, sometimes when God gives you something, you never know how people are going to receive it. But it falls how it falls. Now, let me explain why I said it falls how it falls. Depending on the condition of your heart, is how you're going to receive the word. Depending on the condition of your mind is how you're going to process what you heard. The Tasha Paul said, yes, Sunday message was fire. And so, it's not what I'm saying that is bothering you. It's what's the condition of your heart. The Bible uses the parable about the stony heart and different things. She said, I listened to the message twice already. Come on here. Latasha says, yes, Sunday was a big blessing for me. Yeah. So when I get out here and I'm teaching this is why people that are in other traditions, because they don't have revelation. All you have is a form of or a structure of that particular ATR. That does not mean you have spirit. You don't have revelation. You don't have insight. Because if you had insight, then you will be able to link all of these words or these sayings together. And guess what? Just because something is performed different, if I prepare chicken as orange chicken, because it's orange chicken, I should not go around preaching and telling people because Latondra made it fried chicken, that her fried chicken is not chicken. It's only chicken if it's orange chicken. That's how you learn how to prepare chicken. That don't mean what she doing over here is incorrect. Maybe somewhere along the way, you may have thought, I want to learn how you live your life. I want to be very clear. I have already been raised. I have already been structured. I have already been taught. I have already been empowered. I am a very, very respectable person when it comes to how other people do things, because that's your life. That's why I don't get on my platform telling people how to live their life. But when you pass strong opinions, not based in facts, partial truth, your perspective, and try to malign me, then the corrector comes. That's what my mama taught me. That's how I was raised. I get me some straight. And I get the butter from the duck and the blood from the turnip. That's how I was raised. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Especially when you are trying to devalue what God has done in my life. Because I'm not trying to do it in your life. Because you perceive the way that I teach and the way that I share my energy with the social media platform or in my personal life as too much over the top. Well, you maybe never met a Sagittarius. Because if you've dealt with Sagittarian energy, that's what it is. And I am truly being authentically who I am. So we want to talk about this today. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. If I have not said hello to my Madrina and my Padrino, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Palo, and any other ATR that's out here. Mystic, Ajay, which it don't matter with Apostle either. Now, I want to talk about a very sensitive subject. Very, very, very sensitive. Why do I say it's sensitive? Because it has a lot to do with how you are raised. How you view your mother and your father. How they raised you or how they did not raise you. What forms of discipline was implemented in your life versus what was not. This is a very impactful because I was raised a certain type of way and how to conduct myself with people. And my subject is, let's locate the disrespect, if any. And a lot of times, not only in natural life, but also in spiritual life, you hear this word disrespect thrown around so loosely, and it's not grounded in any actual facts. It's mostly grounded in feelings. And I have been a child. When I came up, we were not allowed to call use the word lie. Feared was the word. So I want to share something with y'all. I'm going to start with Exodus, the 20th chapter, verses 12. Exodus 20 and 12. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The reason why this is important is because if you cannot honor the masculine energy in your life or the feminine energy in life, you're going to struggle in all of these ATRs. I don't care if it's hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Palo, it don't matter. Feminine energy, our parents represent these energies in our life. And depending on your interaction with those said energies and what they deem respect, disrespect. Honor means to regard highly. It has nothing to do with mother and father being correct about everything. It has nothing to do with mother and father did everything right. It is acknowledging their role in your life. If it wasn't for them, there is no you. It's just without masculine energy, without feminine energy, there is no manifestation. It is the basic concept. And when you respect those energies work for you, they work with you, and they protect you. Whether that masculine energy shows up in a father, whether it shows up in a tata, whether it shows up in a brother of your belief system, and when you acknowledge those energies, the reason why I am strong in my practice, because I have a very strong respect for said energy. Whether it is in the cemetery, whether it is in the crossroad, whether it is in the rivers or the oceans, I understand and I respect and I show that admiration. What is happening out here in these spiritual streets is people are feeling disrespected based off of their perception, not based off what actually happened. Okay? Now let me go to this so we can be very clear. 1 Timothy 1 through 3. Oops, wrong one. 1 Timothy 1 and 3. 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter, verse 1 through 3. Sorry, y'all. It says, rebuke or scorn not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers, and the younger as sisters with all purity. Honor widows that were indeed, widows indeed. Okay? Now, if you're going to practice magic, and all in your household, the only voice you had to hear and respect was the mother's voice. Or vice versa. If you were raised by your father, the only voice you were taught to respect and you had to revere is your father's voice. You're going to struggle with that other energy. When you're not used to a man speaking and standing his ground, you're going to feel disrespected. When the truth is you are never molded into respecting and responding to that energy. If you're not used to, you weren't raised to adhering to your mother and respecting her words and her words having value in your life. When you hear a woman of authority speak or guide you, you're going to have an issue, and it has nothing to do with her disrespecting you, but you are not conditioned in giving honor to that voice. I need y'all to get this. You feeling disrespected and you actually being disrespected can be two distinctly different things, no matter what the practice is. Huh? Some of y'all feel like somebody not speaking to you is disrespect. But the truth is, nobody has to speak to you. Just like you don't have to speak. It is courtesy to speak. Huh? Maybe they didn't see you. That's why they didn't speak to you. Okay? Depending on how we are raised in certain things. And let me explain something, y'all, why this is important. I was raised to honor my mother and my father. It did not matter what they did or did not do. I show respect. My dad died with my respect. I taught my jump behind his back, but I never disrespected him. I had my opinions about my dad, but I never confronted him about those opinions, because that was my father. That's the reason why I'm here. I have this, me and my mom still living. We have very, very, very different opinions about life, people, places, and things. But I show her respect. I respect her enough to not deal with her because I do not agree with how she conducts and what she views as what I should be doing with my life. But I respect her opinion enough to stay out of her spaces. She can still live, be okay, everything going good with her, and I can still be over here doing what God called me to do, and we still good. You understand? Respect is a very loose term that is being used in these ATRs. First of all, if you guys don't learn nothing else from me, learn your ancestors. Learn. If you're going to get into hoodoo, get the basics. If you're going to get into Lukumi, Santeria, learn that first. When people are talking and they want you to believe that you're, even like in the church, oh, you disrespecting God because you won't give, I won't give you my money. I'm not disrespecting God because I won't give you my money. I don't feel led to give you that. Why Jesus gonna get me because I don't want to give you my money, or I don't want to clean your church? You understand? What I do, I should do from love and service. But somewhere along the line, you have obligated me to do something, and you did not sit down and tell me that I was obligated. And now you feel some type of way because I'm moving differently. That's not disrespect, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what respect is. In order to know what disrespect is, we got to know what respect is. That's why my lesson is, let's locate the disrespect, if any. First of all, respect is this: a feeling of deep admiration of someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, and achievement. So that means respect is something earned, not given. I have to give my father his respect because he's the reason. He gave me life. I have to give my mother respect because she gave me. They achieved that process. I'm not giving them anything when I respect them because they achieved that. How they handled me after that, that's a morality thing. But that idea that they achieved that, it also says a regard due to regard for the feeling, wishes, and rights of other traditions of others. So when somebody has achieved something in a tradition, I can respect you and not fool with you. Me not wanting to fool with you is not disrespect. I can still acknowledge you for who you are and not want to fool with you because you got bad character. I'm not disrespecting you. Because I don't have the feeling of admiration. Your conduct does not cause me to have admiration for what you do in your office. I can still respect you as the president. I can still respect you as a supervisor. I can respect that office and not want to fool with you because you have not warranted my respect. This is so true. I've had an issue with male authority when it comes to disciplinary issues, but I do honor and respect them until I feel they come at me wrong. That goes for male and female. You know, and I'm gonna tell you why we feel that way. My kids will tell you, if my dad can apologize to me when he wrong, then they feel like anybody should be able to apologize to them. If my dad don't talk to me a certain type of way, then you're not gonna talk to me a certain. And that's why I say it has a lot to do with how you were raised or not raised. And when you get into certain circles, it don't matter how you respond, and what is deemed to be disrespect a lot of times has a lot to do with feelings and not facts. Because if you want me to do something and I don't want to do it, you feel disrespected, but I didn't do anything wrong. I have a right not to want to do that. There's no obligation to me to do that way. Blessings, Kim Pendleton. Now, disrespect is the lack of respect, courtesy. Now, I want to talk about something why we struggle in spiritual relationships and natural relationships. I ain't gonna go through all of these, but I want to share with y'all certain things. So anytime you say that somebody disrespected you, what you're saying, there was a lack of respect or regard for their admiration for you. Feeling disrespect and being disrespected are two different things. That's my eldest. My son will tell you, if we sit down and have a conversation, they can tell me that they think I'm wrong without me getting up talking about they disrespecting me. If they can prove that I lied, I'm still daddy, but I told a lie. I'm still daddy and I fell short of what I said I was going to do. They didn't disrespect me. That's why my kids still have respect for me today, because I don't pull that disrespect card when I'm wrong. Or I done been found wrong. Because I may think I'm right and then find later on I was wrong. How you handle something has a lot to do if somebody's still going to admire you when it's all said and done. Because that has to do with the respect they have for you. Because you don't have to be perfect for somebody to show respect to you. You don't have to cross all your T's and dot your I's for somebody to hold you in high esteem. But when you do things in a certain way that try to demean somebody's character for you to feel validated in your feelings that you feel, not that they did to you, because you got other issues going on. When you're not used to thinking independent, substantial, vibrant, men or women with tenacity, educated, that are not impoverished, that are not out here seeking power to the point they're willing to degrade themselves for any matter. They're not thirsty. You don't know how to deal with those type of people. And so those type of people, in your opinion, may come across disrespectful when they're only operating in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you're not used to that. And now you feel disrespected. Because your voice is more important than any voice in the building. And that doesn't mean you being disrespected. I've always given my children a voice. I always ask my children, what do you think? What did you get out of that? I've always given, their voice matters. My sons have always learned from their father. Their voice, even in my house, matters. Now, my son thought my house was too cold. I pay the bills. Your feelings about how cold it is here don't matter. If you want that adjustment, you got to go outside for that. You understand? That's different. But if he feels that I am mistreating him, then he can prove your case. Show me where I'm wrong. And we can have a grown man conversation without me trying to feel like I'm being disrespected because he done caught me. I remember me and my sons, we went to Disney World. Minister Mario was there. And we went on Disney World, and I was so excited. I was sitting at the table, and all three of my sons were with me, and we were just having such a good time. And I thought, oh my God, we just having such a good time, and it ain't no friction, and this and that. And one of my Pisces turned around and said, because you ain't throwing them jabs. You create the attention because you always throwing them jabs. See, Dad, and then they would start telling me how I behave with them and why they be feeling on the defense. The truth is, I was doing that. And when they brought it to my attention, I didn't turn to not one of my children and say, oh, y'all disrespecting me. Because they called me out on my behavior. I was able to correct my behavior and get more of those times with them without behaving and throwing up about what I didn't like about what their mama was doing. I was creating tension because I had issues. See, a part of being a grown man and woman, you have to... What's up there, Darius? A part of being grown in a natural is just the same way of being in the spirit. If you are found wanting or lacking, that's not disrespect. But we're going to talk about it. Signs of disrespect in a relationship. They have, number one, disregard for your free time. You should be a high priority when it comes to your partner's free time. Being late is a form of disrespect in a relationship. Being late or making your partner late for their commitments is a sign of disrespect in your relationship. Number 3, another disrespect. No care for your safety. When I'm out and about, I'm always thinking of these terms. When people come to my church, I want them to feel safe. When I had the young lady, she has a health issue. She came down from Virginia. My job as a spiritual leader was to make her feel safe to get her healing. At no time did I frustrate her process. I would have been disrespecting her if I did not make her feel safe. And I'm still Apostle Ely. Disrespect is also no respect for mental and emotional privacy. A lot of these people out here in these spiritual communities, they don't have respect for your privacy. They got other people, leaders, and other God children or other people in the members knowing your business. That's disrespecting your privacy. Whether you know it's being disrespected or not, it's still a form of disrespect. Some people think it's only disrespectful when people find out. No, it's disrespectful when you breach that. If Darius wanted Minister Mario to know his business, he'll tell Minister Mario his business. It's not if Darius is talking to me, he's talking to me. See, a lot of the confusion is we were raised up or not raised up. And then when we go into the ATRs, we want other people to give us a respect we did not earn. Because I have to admire you. I cannot disrespect you and still give you respect. Or I can not disrespect you and still not fool with you. Even if I don't think you deserve to be in that position. So people that do not show privacy to people's emotion or mental health, they're telling you things that they're going through in confidence. Some of y'all don't understand something about me. I have people literally already dead. I still ain't told their business. Some of y'all always talking about being disrespectful. You the one go out here tell people business. Not me. That's not my fault. I don't get nothing out discussing people's business. My life is too what it is for me to be out here talking about other people. I take situations and circumstances and I teach from those situations. But I don't get nothing out of telling people's private business. Anybody that talks to me, I tell them, listen, this far right here, this ain't none of your business. Mother Sue said, anything going on, Pastor, you want to talk about something? I said, none of your business. And she the mother of the church. I stop her. If she asks me certain things, I stop her. If Minister Mario said, I tell you, that ain't none of your business. And these people are very close to me. And they'll tell you, I tell them that. See, you don't have the character that I have. I've been doing this for years. If somebody wanted to know that I was doing hoodoo for them or voodoo for them, let them tell it. If they want them to believe that I'm praying for them, that's their business. That don't come what somebody paid and all. When I ask you a certain question, that's my privacy. But when you validate, when you disrespect, thank you, Madam Oshun. That's my Sagittarius. These are the things that when me and Madam Oshun, I'm gonna use her example. When we talking about something, she ain't got to ever work. Me and her could be in a disagreement. What we discuss is still what we discuss. Listen, y'all don't know my background, so you don't know why I can hear no evil and see no evil. A lot of y'all don't know where I can really come from, why I am very good at keeping people busy. Because where I come from, you can get seriously hurt running your mouth. Telling people business in my family can get you, understand? So I learned at a very young age to hear and don't hear. See and don't see. Talk what I was told to say, and other than that, I don't go no further. See, I'm very good at that. I learned that before I got out of elementary school. I learned that was instilled into me. What goes on in my house stays in my house, or there are consequences. You understand? So, if I ain't disrespecting my mother, my natural mother, I'm not disrespecting the spiritual mothers. I'm not disrespecting, being disrespectful. And Madam Oshun's on here. Madam Oshun is a very outspoken woman. Madam Oshun can't tell you that she have ever felt disrespected by Apostle Ely. Huh? She got her own way of doing things, her own way of handling things, but I don't roll like that. If I don't like something, I don't like it. But I don't go out here and dishonor her name. If I don't do it to my natural mother, and I ain't did it to my natural father, I ain't finna do it to nobody else. Because for me to get correction in my life, I don't need to disrespect you. Now, I can get disrespectful. Don't get none of that twisted. Oh, I know how to be disrespectful. I come from 34 Colt. But I don't live like that. Because I don't want nobody disrespecting me. And let me tell you something. When you hear me back down or I talk to certain people a certain time, that's out of respect, not out of fear. Because if you really know a Sagittarius, I don't fear nobody but God. That's on the real. If you want to really know the real essence of a Sagittarius, especially with my moon being in Aries and my rising sign being Pisces, I don't see you. But I'm very respectable. In spite of what I think you is or what you think you not, I'm going to still show you respect. That's just what type of dude I am. Huh? Just because we lay down in the bedroom and we do our dirt, I'm going to still respect you when we get up. Huh? But if you get slick at the mouth, I'm going to straighten you. But disrespect you because of what we do in the bedroom, I ain't like that. She said, we showed on. Now, I want to deal with this too. Ephesians 6:4. Let me give y'all a little more. When you break in promises, that's disrespecting a relationship. That's my favorite saying, speaker Pops. Let me tell you something. Pops have put people down and still said yes ma'am and no ma'am. Showed them. Just because I don't think you whatever, I'm not gonna I don't live my life to disregard people like that. That's not my thing. I make more money than my mom, my dad. Why does that warrant me to be disrespectful to them? I'm doing things that they never did. Why does that warrant me to disrespect? That they don't deserve that from me. So why would I do it? So why would I do it to you? Whether it don't matter what I think you is or don't think you not. I have a right to my own opinion, my own mindset. When you break promises, it said in close and romantic relationship, not keeping your promises is a form of disrespect that says you're not worth giving the extra mile for and committing to. It betrays the trust you have in somebody. The idea that you don't feel that you did something wrong by not keeping your word. The very idea that I have to bring out the preponderance of evidence to prove how many times you failed to keep your obligation says a lot about how you value my time, my energy. That's disrespect right there. To make people think I'm not doing or doing something that I'm clearly not that type of person. You don't think that's disrespectful to my manhood, to the raising that I came from, to the mother that raised me, for the family that I come from? I'm not that type of guy. I don't sit at people's table and eat and don't pay. Keeping your word. And if you fall short of your word, acknowledge that. But the idea we got to play Russian roulette trying to figure out devaluing the ideas and opinions of others is a form of disrespect. No one likes it when your ideas are shot down or ridiculed, especially when the person's devaluing your input is your significant other. When we speak our minds, we open ourselves up to the world. That's why it stings so much when our ideas are ridiculed, causes us to withdraw ourselves. When people value you and people are respecting you as a mambo or tata or hugon or apostle or pastor or their best friend or their lover or whatever. Even as a Sagittarian, I can say some stuff out my mouth. But I say it out of truth. This right here, some of this stuff y'all don't realize. You never were taught what disrespect. You made up your own definitions. You made up your own rules, which create your own feelings. And your feelings are real. They just not validated in truth. They're real within your own existence and own mind. But if we went to court right now, I would win with a landslide. If we took this to court, I would knock this out the park. Ephesians 6 and 4. Y'all know this is good. I was taught a righteous man swears to his own hurt. Do it because you said you would. That's right there. Let me tell y'all something. When you try to make other people feel that I'm hurting you, I'm disrespecting you, that says a lot to me. I put that on the same level as somebody claiming that I raped them. Because that means I violated you in some type of way. And that's not my I don't force myself on nobody. I don't use people. I don't do stuff like that because I don't have to. I'm straight up about mine. I ask people whatever they do, and that they don't. It is what it is. Ephesians 6 and verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath or anger, but bring them up in the nurture and the admonishment of the Lord. Now, there's an aspect that as a spiritual leader, that I shouldn't be out here provoking Mother Susan, Brother Mario, Sister Monique, purposely into anger and then turn around, knowing that I'm lying on them, knowing that I am not telling the truth, full truth on them, knowing that I have distorted the situation. And now all of a sudden now I'm telling everybody in the congregation that they disrespected me. That's not fair. That's disrespectful. You as a Mambo, or you as a Tata Hugon, or Padrino, or Madrina, or Apostle, whatever spiritual office, you shouldn't be running around here purposely provoking people or your children and then run behind the ark of safety called disrespect. My baby mamas know that my kids know that their dad do not play disrespect. My son here, you can get beat to sleep in my house disrespecting your mother. Whether I like what she do or not, that's your mother. I was very big on that. If they mom call and tell me, we could just got through arguing and tell me that my son disrespected her. Oh, I'm handling that full throttle. And we can just got into an argument. But that ain't got nothing to do with that's your mother. That's how strong I am with that. My kids are here. Me disagreeing, me telling your mother that I will put her up under the ground, that ain't got nothing to do with you disrespecting her. When I tell your mother I ain't nothing to play with, that don't go for you. You belong to her. She ain't my mama. She your mama. And you gonna respect her. Huh? I gotta respect my own mother, my own father. But you hers. What I think and how I function with her, we ain't the same. And don't disrespect your mama. I can say and think whatever I want to. Yes, Madam Monsieur, I talk like that. Ask my children. I'm something else. Some of y'all don't know like all that. You got the right baby daddy because I ain't the baby daddy to be handling like that. Because I come to your house. Yes. Provoke means to deliberately make someone annoyed, angry, or stimulate or incite. I had told one of my baby mom, her house was sitting on some bricks. I told her I come to your house and knock that. When you come home from work, your house will be on the ground. That's me. But my son better not do it. My son, how I function, how I operate with your mom, I'm her husband, ex-husband, and her lover. And sometimes her friend me. We ain't the same. You're not disrespecting your mama. No, I don't believe in that. But when you go around and deliberately set a stage to have somebody to view somebody in a way that is dishonest and disingenuous, that's disrespecting y'all relationship. Y'all need to really get some real definitions. So when you get out here, you will know if you're being disrespected or not. You will know if somebody's respecting you or not. You will know if somebody's honoring you or not. They love that disrespect word playing with our lives. Y'all understand? Belittling people. Belittling occurs when someone deprecates you and plays down your aspect of self. This could be, I've had people, when you keep questioning whether I'm initiated, when you keep questioning, no matter how many readings I get from your people, you keep questioning. That's disrespectful. You're trying to, there's something in you that keeps trying to take something from me that has been obvious. Because you don't need to go by who did my ceremonies. You got your own people. You did your reading. They still came back and said I belong to Centella. They still came back and said I belong to Oya. They still came back and said, I ain't gonna tell y'all all the stuff I belong to. But I'm just saying, with your own reading, and you still walk around here like I'm something to play with. If you want, how can me and Madam Oshun both be Sagittarius, knowing how we think, and show any ounce of disrespect? Because we know we ain't gonna go for it. So I'm gonna order. You don't have, if you are who you, I'm not gonna do and belittle you, because I already know that's gonna set you off. When you are out here trying to make somebody look down on somebody based off of your insecurities or your inadequacies because of how that other person is shining, then that is a form of disrespect to y'all relationship. Nobody should have to dim their light in order for you to feel comfortable. Nobody. I should be able to talk about what God is doing in my life or Goddess is doing in my life without you feeling some type of way. I got more important things going on in my life than to run around here talking about what somebody else is doing. Now let me explain to y'all. My mom is a Virgo. And she said one thing she cannot oblige or she hates is a disrespectful child. I am the same way. When you allow your spiritual children, your spiritual godchildren, your coven, whatever, to disrespect another elder, and you allow them to do it in the open, and you're not going to try to correct it in the open. See, I come from the school where you show out at, that's where I act up at. That's how my mama got down. Huh? You call me a dirty dog in the open, you're going to apologize for calling me a dirty dog. If you got on Facebook and ran me down in the open, I need that on Facebook. Huh? I don't need it on TikTok. I don't need it on Instagram. I don't need it on YouTube. We need to revisit the scene of the crime. Let's revisit. Where you showed out, that's where we going to straighten. But a lot of disrespectful people like to throw the rock, hide their hand, and then, or they like to do disrespectful stuff in the open, and then they want to apologize secretly. I don't roll like that. Where you did the crime, that's where we're going to investigate that at. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you. If you had if your spirits were really talking to you, you would understand I'm not disrespectful. Huh? And however I think and whatever I think has nothing to do with me giving respect. I have a right to my opinion like everybody else. Stop warranting and saying people disrespecting you. Huh? How many members that I have been could tell you I go in their house because I'm pastor and walk through their house talking about I'm praying. All in their bedroom talking about I'm trying to consecrate things. Create a mess and then hide like they're innocent. Exactly. Some of y'all mess starters. It ain't nothing you doing unintentional. You intentionally trying to start it. Because you want to seem right and just in your behavior. And you're not. Because I am never going to put your business out. That ain't how I do it. I don't put my children's business out, my mom, my family business. That ain't what I do. And I ain't going to do you like that either. But I will say this. My character will speak very loud. How I live my life, the worst I do, will speak very loud. And I have a character. I have a resume behind me. And when something is being said about something I did, I always ask my family. If I did something, I'll tell you I did. Huh? If I'm wrong, my children are here. I'll tell you I'm wrong. I don't have a problem apologizing in front of nobody. I don't have a problem apologizing for my children. Just like I don't have a problem apologizing for my saints. My mom always said, where you show your ass out is where you get your ass in. I know that's right. Well, that's where I come from. All this, like, you want to hide behind who you are, that ain't where the disrespect came from. When I got my reading from the Oba, from my Madrina's Oba, not my other Madrina's Oba, Oriente, my reading said the Orisha said they love me and never do not change. So I'm still operating in the same energy. So if the Orishas, it didn't say the Orisha, it said the Orishas. It came out in my reading. It's written down that they are pleased with me and for me not to change. So if there's somebody feeling that I have done something, I got proof. I didn't do it. I got zeal. Because I'm a Sagittarius, I live for the receipts. I live for the receipts. I can prove anything I'm talking about. But I ain't gonna put nobody. I don't need to put nobody out there like that. Actions speak louder than words. It's too many people that done dealt with me know I don't roll like that. How do you handle disrespect from elders? Typically in the church, they love to belittle their members. Let me explain something to you. Whether it's a church, whether it's an elect, whether it is a coven, whether it's a spiritual group, it is your job to understand the environment you're in. If somebody don't have it for you on Monday, they're not going to have it for you on Tuesday. If somebody looks down on you from the time you walked in the door, it don't matter how many dresses or suits you put on, they're still going to look down on you. So that means that just like in a relationship, if it's toxic, you got to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your mental health, your emotional health. There are certain people could not take my truth, my straightforwardness, and I was not good for them. I didn't have to change, but they were not used to people being that honest and that direct. That's not a bad thing for me to change. That is okay that you are living such a lie that any type of truth or somebody being honest with you, it causes you to have an mental and emotional shutdown. So you believe in delusion. I don't. I'm very upfront with that. If you a crook, you a con artist, you a liar, you a cheater, you all this stuff, you're not going to fare well with me. If you ain't really out here trying to help people, let me give you an example. If I came to Madame Oshun and I said, Madame Oshun, I'm going over to Macy's. Madame Oshun, I'm going to Macy's. How much you think I should pay for this shirt? So Madame Oshun said, well, what kind of shirt it is? So I tell Madame Oshun it's a polo shirt and it got this and that. She said, okay. She said, Shaw, I'm a shopper. She said, listen. She said, Sam, if you're going to go to Macy's, you shouldn't pay anything between $12 and $15 for that shirt. I said, okay, Madame Oshun. She said, Madame Oshun said, but I got a store. If you want to come to my store, I got a store. I said, well, Madame Oshun, I said, what do you think is an excessive price for that polo shirt? She says, well, Sam, if they're going to charge you $18, you're paying way too much. That's excessive. In my book, that's excessive. I feel like a reasonable cost for your shirt should be, that shirt that you're asking for should be between $12 and $15. I said, okay. So I go to Macy's. I get to Macy's. Macy's want $23 for the shirt. I say, $23? Hey, I'm a spender, but I'm like, it was already told to me by somebody I trusted that only should have cost between $12 and $15, but they want $23. Nah, I pass. I don't have to go out and talk about that person that want $23 for it. That's irrelevant, because they got a right to charge what they want to charge. But I turn around and I go to Madame Oshun. I go to Madame Oshun's store. And I said, Madame Oshun, do you have that same shirt? She said, yeah, I got that same shirt. I go to her store. She want $18.50. So somebody would say, well, it's still cheaper than $23. I mean, $23. Yeah, it is. But she the one told me that $18 was an excess. And not only does her shirt cost is an excess of the $18, it's more than 18. It's $18.50. Now, I can still pay that because that's my prerogative. What's up, Monique 444? But that is a disrespect to the relationship because you told me this person was too high. And you gave me a standard by which I should look. So if I'm going to tell my sister what a real man is, if I tell my sister what I think is a good man, then I shouldn't fall short of the very standard that I told her to look for. If I'm going to tell Monique what it is to have a prayer life, or I'm going to tell Minister Mario what type of oil to use, and then what should be expected, then I, by my own standard, should not be exceeding or beneath that. Y'all understand? I hear you loud and clear. Exactly. So, it says a lot about the individual, not the church. It has nothing to do with the church. We make it about the church. We make it about the members. No, it has to do with that person's, what's going on the inside of them. Because y'all don't understand. Some people say one thing to one person, say another thing to. You don't know what type of person this is until you start collaborating all this information. That's why I don't believe when I say what they say. What I say to one, I say to all. That's why I always get on my platform, because you can always go back over what I said. Because what I said in front of everybody. What I said to one son, I said it to the other son. You like my shirt? Thank you. I love it. I got quite a few of them. But I'm glad you like it. But these are the things that are important for spiritual growth. When you are learning, I'm going to give you a mocking and teasing your appearance. They make decisions without you. They won't socialize with your friends and family. They snooping in people's business, pretending that God's speaking to you, pretending that the laws are speaking to you, pretending that the answer when you really being nosy. They don't fight for your corner, not standing up for you. Financial disrespect. Financial disrespect comes in many forms. Mostly, it occurs when one partner earns significantly more than the other. For example, if one is full-time breadwinner and the other is a part-time and stays at home parent. Both jobs are vital to the successful running of the household, but a disrespectful partner may make their own. A disrespectful partner may make their other half feel lesser for bringing less monetary value, despite the value of the work that done at home. When you demean my generosity, when you demean my contribution, my zealousness to help, we have a problem, Houston. I was raised by a very smart woman, businesswoman. When somebody tells me something, I remember. I was chastised by my mother. So there are certain things ingrained in my brain, my cranium, that I never forget. My older son could tell you how my mama get down. Oh, you gonna remember. Because she makes sure you forever remember. Huh? It comes with a matching scar. So there are certain things that I pay attention to because of how I was raised. And this is why I'm very big on let your word be your bond. I look for consistency. Because that's how I build anything. I build all my friendship. Anything that I build with people, it is based off consistency. I never ask anything from anybody that they will not do for themselves. If you ask me My kids will tell you, if you ask me for $10, I'm probably going to send you 20. I always tip. When I go out to eat, I tip. My mama get mad at me when I tip. So if I would tip a waiter or waitress 20%, if I do above and beyond for my own members in my church, I do stuff that they know I don't have to do. If grandma will put the beat down on you like Trey, Dr. Trey, I tell you. See, a lot of you guys think I'm just out here running my mouth and you don't know all the structure that really come behind my spirituality. And so you would never be able to demean successfully my character, malign my name, or any of that, because I was raised a certain type of way, and that's how I do business. I don't use people. I don't have to. People want to use me. And I want to say this. If you are watching my broadcast and my lives, and you're running back telling information, or you're just watching it to have an issue with Apostle Ely, you're going to always have an issue, because I don't have a real, I submit to God. I honor the Loas. I honor the Orishas. I honor the Impungos. I honor the elemental spirits. Anything that the deity has created. But I know who I owe my loyalty to. And that's my Creator. And if that's a problem with you, that's not a me problem. Whatever is going on in your life, don't make it about me. And I got a chance to see what the young man put in my last live. I'm a Cancer, and I'm free-hearted to say we are emotional. Let me tell you something, young man. I don't know what you were told. I don't know if you were told. But I wouldn't treat Shango, and he my dog. I don't work nobody for free. And your madrina should come on this live and get that straight. That I have never used anybody. And I don't work nobody for free. And I always compensate one way on one end or the other. Because I was raised like that. I was raised like that. So you don't know my family. You don't know how I was raised. My grandmother was like that. She called it greasy, but I always pay extra. When my other madrina was going up and down the road, I was sending her gas money. I always overdo. That's what I get in trouble for, overdoing. Because people start obligating me to do stuff because I'm generous. The word generosity means that I give beyond what I'm expected or what is expected of me. So that means that's why it bothers me. Because I've already been good. I've already been better than good. So for you to come on my live, I'm glad I didn't miss it at that point, but I did get a chance to read it myself. I don't know where your information is coming from, but it is rooted in a lie. And to come on my live where we congregate and you have never given one penny, one nickel, one dime to that GoFund, I wouldn't care if that GoFund was for $100,000. What does it concern you? It's not yours. Huh? If I want to take my check and give every hoe my check, it's not your check, it's mine. Huh? Huh? If I want to go sell ass on the corner, it's not your ass I'm selling. But you talking like I'm giving up your ass on the corner. But it's mine. It don't affect you no way. Do what everybody else do. Pass your opinion and keep it pushing. But you decided to come on my live where my followers and people that like what I do on my live and to say something that false and that cowardly. Because I've never met you. You don't even know me. You don't know the party. You don't know. I don't know what your relationship with your madrina is. But I know what your relationship is not with me. And to be that misinformed, to be that misguided, to be that unassuming, to walk in a den like this with somebody like me, and to be that dead wrong. I have told people ass up for less. If y'all trying to learn with Apostle Ely, I'm not with the foolishness. That's why I work hard. That's why I pay my way, because I don't play. I'm going to say that again. That's why I pay my way, that I don't play. When people try to act like they all generous and everything, that when you made me feel uncomfortable, and when I don't went out my way to make sure that I'm not a liability to you, that I'm not a stress to you, that I'm not a problem to you, and you make a problem out of no problem, that ain't a me thing. You couldn't go and tell my mother that I'm disrespectful. She wouldn't believe it. And she believe a lot of stuff I do because she know me. You couldn't tell now one of my children that that's my character. Now one of my kids would believe you. And I don't have to be around them. You couldn't go to my uncles or my aunties right now, my uncles or aunties on my mother's side, and tell them that, and they'll believe you. That has never been I've never done it to them. Why would I do it to you? My uncle cuts, my family cuts my yard. I pay them. So if I pay my family, why wouldn't I pay anybody else? I don't want nobody doing nothing for me for free, because I don't want you out here talking about Apostle Ely. That's why my name is good, because I pay my way. That's why when I lay down with a hoe, I don't care how she feel about my performance, because I paid for it. It's your job to make me be. You understand? That's why I pay my way. That's why I don't obligate myself. If I can't afford, if I can't do certain things on my own, I don't do it. Because of these things like that. I was raised like that. My mother taught me that. Pay your way. She taught me that. I don't know what y'all mamas taught y'all, what y'all grandmas and aunties and uncles taught y'all. But they taught me, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And I got the receipts. So Minister Mario owes nobody anything. And matter of fact, Minister Mario don't even owe me nothing. Because what I'm doing for Mr. Mario, I'm doing for Mr. Mario. There's no strings attached. He's not obligated. His soul not obligated to Apostle Ely. Whatever I'm choosing to do, he ain't make me do it. And I'm saying it on social media. So, and I'm going to show you how real I am. Because I've been kicking out some serious money, time, and energy in that shape for Minister Mario. And he owes me zero. So if I try to come back and get something out of him or his daughter, he can use this in the court of law. Minister Mario owes me nothing. Zero. Zero balance. Period. But I got a right to feel how I feel when I'm out here working hard like I am. And then my followers and people that respect me and honor what I'm out here doing is helping, giving. And then the people talking and passing opinions ain't giving nothing. My aunt taught me to be independent. Because this, I'm going to tell y'all something. When y'all get out here, make sure y'all pay y'all way. Because these people out here be talking about y'all like a dog. They be smiling in your face, talking about, oh, it's okay and all that. No. And guess what? When I go somewhere, I always leave extra. My kids, I remember going, I was talking to this young lady. And I went to her house. And it actually was my middle boy that was with me. And I was sitting at the table, and I'm not a big eater. But my middle son was eating the food and whatever. And later on, the daughter of the young lady that I was talking to called me and said she felt disrespected at how we ate up her food. I said, hold on. I said, first of all, I didn't know that was your money that paid for the meal. Don't invite me to something that somebody else paying for and tell me I'm welcome to it. Because I don't want no, I don't do that. I said, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay for the whole meal. I'm not just gonna pay for what he ate. I want to reimburse your money for. Oh no, I just want you to. Oh no. Because first of all, you shouldn't have to come and tell me something because I was invited to that. And the idea that you coming to me about I don't know what y'all deal was because I was invited. But what I'm not going to have to do, I don't fool with that person no more. Because not only did you bring me into that, you brought my child in there. See, I'm responsible for my people. And they trust me. People that watch me on social media, they trust me. And if I bring them into something and I get disrespected because you being disrespectful, and now my son I done brought my son into something like this, I have a huge problem. Because you don't live on the level of respect that I live. That's how I go out my way. And I ain't never got caught like that no more. No, I said, oh, you gonna get this money. I'm gonna pay for the whole meal. Because I go anywhere and eat. I went over there because I was invited. Apostle, you will put extra in our packages and send us items we did not order. So I know you are beyond good. You are great. Fuck them haters. I keep trying to tell you. That's all it really is. But my thing about it is, you can never discredit my name. I've been doing this too long. I've been good to too many people that I didn't have to be good to. And I don't use nobody. And not only I'm not going to be disrespected, anybody that's attached to me not going to be disrespected. So I hope that was clear. And that's not just for today. That wasn't just for tomorrow. That's forever. That's why I work for me. That's why my members go somewhere. And when we have certain things at the church, I pay for everything. So nobody ain't got no reason to have a problem with nobody in the church eating anything in the church because they didn't pay for it. I paid for it. That's how I do. When people come to my house, I pay for everything. Because if somebody at my house you don't like, you can't talk about they ate your potato salad. And if you got a problem with somebody eating your potato salad, don't bring it to my church no more. Because if you can't give freely in my church, don't give at all. Ask them what I say. I got members on here. If you can't give freely in my church, I had certain people stop buying chips. I said don't buy another chip in my church. Because if you got a problem with people embarking on that, I don't play that. That's how, I don't play. I don't want nobody feeling uncomfortable around me. I don't want nobody feeling comfortable in my church, in my space. So therefore, I go out my way trying to make sure everybody, no matter how I feel or think about people, I want you comfortable. Because I got mama out there, I got sisters out there, I got brothers out there, I got children out there, I got loved ones out there, and I would hope that somebody somewhere, that the energy, the karma I done put out, that they will make my loved ones feel comfortable. Miss Mario's mother is no longer here. And I want to make sure that if that was me, because my mother got feeling, that if that was me, that Mario would ride for me like that. So I want Miss Mario to know I'm going to ride till the wheels come off for Mario. Huh? Because I know that my mother would expect Mario to ride for me like that. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Huh? Just like his Mario mama told me that her house was my house and I was welcome to her house anytime. And she showed me better than, she didn't just say it, she showed it to me. She walked me through her house. I was like, Miss Mario, no, come here. And she had me pray in her house. I didn't walk, that was her doing. She walked me through her property. She did that before she died. So if I say I got it for you and you got it for me, I'm riding with you. If you out here supporting Apostle Ely and I tell Mr. Mario go and look down that cat and you keep throwing me a bone, I'm going to throw you a bone. Because you good to me. You ain't got to beg me for it. I'm that kind of fella. So I hope it's clear that that's my agenda, is I'm here for the people that are here for me. Huh? I done sat at the table and paid for everybody's meal. And I didn't even like the restaurant I was at. Do you do stuff like that? When we had our Le Cahoon, ask the member. They didn't have to go out and find anything. I went out and bought everything. All they had to do was reimburse me. And they didn't have to reimburse me until they could reimburse me. That's what kind of shepherd I am. I know I do above. So I don't know what kind of God father you got, God mother you got. I don't know what kind of tata you got. Who gone? I don't know. But as for me and my house, I'm a sage. I'm a sage. And once again, to each and every one of you guys, we are close. We almost at $8,000 on our GoFund in just a short time. Thank you to every member. Let me make it clear, because all these other people that's talking, they ain't gave nothing to that GoFund. So to each and every person that respects Apostle Ely, very clearly, those that regard Minister Mario and show him respect for what he do as the church administrator and running this operation behind the scene. Thank you for all the members that constantly ask and constantly make, even the members that don't show up to church, calling him on the phone, making sure he got his whites, making sure he got things that he needs. We thank you, because that's when you're a God brother, a God sister, or a spiritual brother, or spiritual, that's a greater type of family. So thank you for all the helping hands that ain't just out here got your hands out, and that really care about his health for real, that care about his daughter for real, that he don't be in stress for real, and that he gonna win this for real. We thank you, because y'all helping this make possible, and we thank you. And thank you. Thank you to our Madrina for whatever she has done in regard to our rogations that she's done. But Minister Mario don't owe. We pay for everything. We thank for anything her family, her husband has done in regards to Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. Anything that they have come and assisted us in, any knowledge or anything that she has shared with me that I have paid for, I thank her for that, because she didn't have to do that. I thank my Madrina. I thank anybody that had anything to do with anything regarding Apostle Ely. But I can't thank you over my mother. I can't thank you over my grandmother. I can't thank you over my family. I can't thank you over my children, because you are not a part of all of this. You're benefiting from their labor. You did not give me this knowledge. They did. And to my spiritual dad and any other practitioner that has invested in me, that's why I don't call their names. I got so much respect for them. I call their names. Because it ain't about name checking. Because if I'm really a child that came out of their house, that came from their practice, then my works will speak very loud and clear. It wasn't that Elisha was going around telling everybody he had Elijah's anointing. It was the manifestation. So you keep the book in the house. I'm going to keep the anointing. I'm going to let the manifestation speak for me, not a piece of paper. Okay? And that's my personal preference. That's not disrespectful. That's just how I live. Yes, you do, Apostle. You pay for everything and make us feel so special. I make them feel special on my birthday. Instead of being in a room and everybody changing their clothes, I should have been in that room tearing it down. That's what I should have been doing. Give me as much birthday sex as my heart could flutter. But I didn't. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. I hope this was clear, and I hope that mature people listen to this with listening ears and not make this something it's not. Because if I got a problem, I have no problem showing it and saying it.